Hello and welcome to the race-by-race preview for the meeting coming up at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. 9-race program, the two features, the last two both being the highest grade races, Class 3. Joined by Paul Lully and Tom Wood. And Tom, Zach's back.
He certainly is. He's got 7 rides marked through the course of the evening out of the 9 races. Pretty even looking card through the course of the evening. The first race looks a little tricky, however, could be a bit cat and mouse there over the 2,200 metres in the small field.
And the keeper of the jackpots joins us as well, Paul, and you've got one in your book.
Well, we have 2.2 million going into the triple trio, so should get up to over 5 million there for a single winning $10 unit. So a decent jackpot there. Look, it's never easy, as we know, and it looks hard once again here on Wednesday night.
Going to get into the preview for race number 1 right now. And before we do that, we have a scratching to report. Race 1, number 1 simulation is not running. So just a field of 8 to kick us off over the long course of 2,200 metres. Super Fast has a turf placing over 1,600, but race best on the all-weather. Victorious Seeker and Champion Pal both need the race run to suit. Red Impact goes to the 2,200 metres for the first time. Legion of Merit has his second start for Chris So. Go Ballistic has his first start for Richard Gibson. And Sky Gem Tom is a 2-time course and distance winner, but they've both been in Class 5.
He certainly is. Go Ballistic going forward to here, and what's likely to be very much good to slow this race. He led last time out, but then rolled off the fence and allowed all to slip through. Paul, is it going to be a walk fest?
Yeah, I think it looks that way, doesn't it? Red Impact with Zach aboard, he'll get a nice run. Look, Super Fast has gone forward in some of his all-weather races. Star of Glory hasn't got too much pace. Legion of Merit will like to step up to 2,200.
He will. He's placed in a group company over 1,800 metres in Australia and did first up for Chris So as well. Firstly, though, here, Paul, we start with Red Impact. This is a third. This is his last start behind Sacred Ibis. Drawn 1, families 1 up to 1.5 miles. Looks
a real grinder, doesn't he? Red Impact, he's just going to be there, and I think he'll be in the right position from barrier number 1. So, look, the 2,200 looks ideal for him.
Yeah, he's been close up recently. Gets his chance here, covered a bit of ground down the back straight and was only really headed late. So in a small, trappy kind of affair, I think he can win it.
Carries £2 less for that placing as well. Onto the all-weather here. Tom, Super Fast has been better on that surface. Star of Glory and Champion Power further back in the field, but Legion of Merit, notable improvement since changing stables and stepping up in trip.
Yeah, he was much improved because he'd looked very limited prior to that, but got onto the all-weather. And so, look, there's 5 horses coming out of the same race behind Amazing Teens. He's one of them. Super Fast. Gate speed hasn't been great for him. He did jump slightly better last start, Paul, but looked a bit anchored there late too.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, I'm going to take Legion of Merit out of that race because I just think he's on the improve, and 2,200 metres, the further the better for him.
And Go Ballistic, Paul. This is over 2,200 metres last time. He's at a stable change as well. Now with Richard Gibson, Champion Pal and Victorious Seeker. The pace of this race gave the one pacers that are that pair no chance.
Look, this horse looked, pretty anchored as before the season. He's come out with 4 starts for 2 wins, a second and a fourth. So he's gone really well this season. He's now at the new stable. Everything's going well for him, so he goes in for me.
I put him in for a second. He had every winning chance there, but just wasn't good enough on the day, but gets a chance to atone here.
Yeah, 2 starts for a win and a second over 2,200 for Go Ballistic. Who wins the first, Paul?
I think Zach can get off to a winning start here with Red Impact. Look, he's going to be in the right position. 2,200 metres looks good for him. Go Ballistic, as Tom said, had his chance last time. Legion of Merit in there for third. And look, Victorious Seeker, he's won over the course and distance before, so he goes in on a minor line. 5, 8, 7 and 3.
Can't argue with any of those, and can't argue with the order. I've got 5 Red Impact on top, ahead of 8 Go Ballistic, 7 Legion of Merit, and 3 Victorious Seeker. 5, 8, 7 and 3.
What a beautiful start. The boys are playing nice with 5, 8, 7 and 3, the first 4. Red Impact is the favourite early at 2.6.